Hello there, Leo Rising, and of course all of you Leo Moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting February 3rd, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com, or of course you may also just simply follow the links below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology over the course of this coming week? Well, it seems to be all about Pisces, your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy. But it looks like this week we are focusing a great deal on the financial side of the 8th house. And on Monday, we've actually got Venus, planet of love, harmony, favor, and the finer things in life, forming a lovely sextile to Saturn, currently in Capricorn. So this is from that 8th house we just spoke about to your 6th house of work, your reputation, and your schedule. And it looks like with Venus involved, there is some kind of gift, of extra resources, an extra opportunity, an extra job, or maybe some kind of additional income stream or profit stream that is coming your way. With Venus involved, it is actually lightening up or kind of pulling away the influence of Saturn a little bit, or at least getting him to lighten up. Remember, Saturn is all about sometimes too much discipline, too much restriction, self-restriction, and external restriction. Yes, it is still in the interest of making growth happen, but maybe not necessarily in the most love and lighty kind of way. But with Venus sextile to Saturn, there is a lift of a restriction to either your availability, or perhaps a lift of a restriction when it comes to a limitation you have when it comes to earning power or the work that you can do. And a gift of, again, something brand new that you can add to your income stream, or perhaps even something coming through a partner or a spouse is on the table. On Wednesday, we've actually got Mercury, planet of communications, haste and speed, in that same 8th house of shared resources and passive income, forming a very helpful sextile to Uranus, which is actually in your 10th house of career, social standing, upward mobility, and how you make your mark on the world. Now, Uranus is all about changing gears. It's the planet of revolution, rebellion, updates, upgrades, progress. Well, when we have Mercury sextile to Uranus, something's going to happen this week that's going to expedite a major turning point when it comes to how you wish to pursue maybe your social standing in a change that works better with where you are right now, maybe a change in how you do your work, maybe expedite a shift towards a place of higher social or professional prominence. But with Uranus, you're going to need to be ready to turn on a dime. This is not taking it slow. Mercury and Uranus do not do things in a slow, let me deliberate on it, take it little bits at a time kind of way. You Leo people are going to have to think on your feet because this is a very good thing, but with Mercury and Uranus, it may seem like it's coming very, very quickly. Only you will know what you can handle and what's a good thing to say yes or no to in the moment. Now, before we go on to the cards, I want to remind everybody there is a down bar below this video, and if you can't find the down bar, click on the arrow on the right side of the title if you're looking on a mobile device. It'll show you all kinds of links answering questions like what sign should I watch, rising, moon, whatever. I've got a whole video all about that, as well as how do I find videos I'm looking for, and deeper topics when you want to go beyond just horoscopes, okay? Those are there for you. So what is happening when it comes to your cards? Well, for your spiritual themes, we actually have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And so this whole week is all about kind of doing a bit of a test. Not necessarily a stress test, but it's almost a filtration test. With the Page of Pentacles reversed, we're seeing things that are not going to ever substantiate finally crumble and fall away. And this can catch us by surprise. Sometimes what can happen with the Page of Pentacles reversed is we might find out that something was just never going to blossom, while at the same time we always see a substitute with the Page of Pentacles reversed. And it's important that we go with this flow, and also pay attention to how you're communicating with yourself and the universe. If it's 80% good with 20% not good, don't say it's a fail. Don't live in a pass or fail dualistic black and white world. Believe me, this is not the year for it. That has not been good for people for at least a decade, but it's only getting harder for people who live and think that way. And with the Page of Pentacles reversed, you're going to be finding that there's a powerful filtration process going on when it comes to, okay, this is not going to work. We built this house on sand, but this over here is getting all of the energy that I was putting into this thing that wasn't going to work, and now it's going in a very positive direction. Very much like that Uranus, Mercury, we are changing directions, we are reorienting. Don't spend too much time taking personally or letting the ego take over and assuming judgment with things that don't work versus things that do. It can still be a very, very successful week, but it depends on how we handle our attachments and what we get attached to. Because with the Page of Pentacles reversed, distractions are being eliminated and dissolved. Things that are maybe draining us, pulling away our resources. Some things we'll be happy to see go away. Other things we'll be surprised need to go away. But it's important to let it happen. Because with the influx of the Ten of Cups upright, we start to see some, well, very positive manifestations go on. The Ten of Cups is all about a happily ever after, a happy ending to one book, and then we move into part 2 or part 3 with a very happy beginning and a very happy start. And this is all about seeing your imaginings or a plan start to actually substantiate in the physical. It is now trickled into this realm of reality. Now this can absolutely talk about what you've put in for work, what you've put in for your family, what you've put in for love, what you've put in for yourself. Because the Ten of Cups is talking about things finally showing up in the physical and manifesting for you to work on and for you to nurture. Now remember, when things start to manifest, don't assume they're just going to hold themselves up. We contribute energy to our realities. We hold up our reality or we don't hold up our reality. And so this week it's a very, very interesting kind of twist because now we get to get everything that we want. We just have to start making places and room for it. Funny enough, luckily that Page of Pentacles reversed is helping the room be made, even if we don't know that's what's going on. When it comes to the outflux, what is going away, we have the Seven of Wands upright, and this is going to end a chapter of maybe fighting too hard against the tide. Because the Seven of Wands is all about, yes, standing your ground, taking standing at a place of advantage, fending off external influences, staying in your space, maintaining that territory, maintaining that vibe. But when the Seven of Wands actually steps away, it's also a time where resistance is starting to leave. Now that could be resistance to you, but also at the same time the power to resist by you. And we have to take a look and see. We have the Ten of Cups coming in, a lot of wonderful, sweet energies, but there could be some things that we might treasure from our past or some things that we might obsess over a little bit. Maybe we're a little bit attached to that we don't want to give up, or maybe we identify with them or we find them self-identifying too much. Let it go. Because with the Seven of Wands going away, it's going to be so important for you to understand that this is helping you get into alignment with what you want. And you never get or keep what you want when you're not in alignment with it. When it comes to the mundane, or the bottom row here, well, we've got for your material concerns the Five of Cups in reverse. Beautiful card when it comes to money, when it comes to your resources, your work, your professional life, because, well, we're seeing an influx of, yes, alternatives, but also replacements. Replacements for things that we've lost, possibly even duals or doubles of experiences we never had to have or got to have in our past. A lot of the times the Five of Cups reversed, we talk about a second chance with something brand new. You could be getting a chance to live a chapter of your life over again, but with the Five of Cups reversed, it's feeling a lot like a sweeter story. It's not a negative cycle repeating, but it's a positive thing coming back. Either we've gotten back into alignment with it, or it's showing up in a more evolved iteration of itself. And when we have a more evolved iteration of itself, well, it might actually be more compatible, more self-sustaining, as well as more of a positive contribution to your life. This could show up as, yes, a new job, or yes, new money. But most importantly, it's something that is coming to you or coming back to you as a better version of something that you've lost. When it comes to the external, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the other people in your life, we do have the Five of Swords in reverse. And this is going to be bringing a chance for some peace. A lot of you Leo people are going to be getting a chance to bury the hatchet with somebody this week. I'm thinking with the Five of Swords reversed, everyone is open and willing to do it. I will say, though, with the Five of Swords reversed, people might be presenting themselves with their guard up, and it's important to understand when it is and is not worth your time to do that. Some people don't know how to open up and say they want to make peace. Some people do cries for help, and they try to grab our attention with negative comments, abuse, that kind of thing. You don't have to go in for that if you don't want to. I don't respond to that. Some people do that hoping that you'll look past their cry for help and that you'll still go coddle them anyway. That means they're still not ready to actually make peace. They're not in a vibe of peace. No judgment, maybe next week. But with the Five of Swords reversed, we do have peace coming your way. So it could be that maybe it starts out a little rough early in the week, and then yet at the same time, maybe the other people involved, this relative, this friend, this associate, whoever, kind of sees the error of their ways, and they realize that they would rather have you back in their lives. And yeah, this does require a bit of an evolution on that usual opening approach. The good news is with the Five of Swords reversed, you could have your friend back. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to love and romance and your relationships, just in general, when it comes to commitments, you have the Two of Cups in reverse. And this week we're going to have to do some reconciliation as it relates to a divergence in endgame plans and endgame goals when it comes to our partnerships and our relationships. In a lot of cases, this can sometimes indicate that maybe a partner or we are noticing that our aspirations for this relationship, this can even happen with new people, don't seem to sync up at the very end. Maybe our 2-year plan doesn't sync up very well. Our 5-year plan doesn't sync up very well. That's okay. The Two of Cups reversed can just as easily be turned right side up. But sometimes what can happen is people might take that a bit personally. Sometimes people let insecurities, fears of abandonment, and betrayal just hijack the ship. We don't want that to happen. Because with the Two of Cups reversed, this is giving us an opportunity to see where maybe this divergence could be answered by both of us realizing maybe the only reason it's diverging is because we're both still trying to live a very personal thing through the relationship instead of dealing with it on our own, each individually, as we should. The relationship does not have to approach a crossroads in this way, but we have to come onto the same page and realize the relationship, or the potential relationship, is a separate being all itself that we are nurturing and working on together. It's not necessarily something that we have to treat as part of ourselves, but rather something that we are working on together. Making sure that we know what's best for the relationship and best for ourselves means that we divide our responsibilities in a way that is more proportionate. When we get to that, we'll find some peace here as well. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hey, y'all know I appreciate it. And if you ever wish to get a session, just go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.